Do this. What is going on out there? We are alive.
We are.
We're live and alive.
Oh, it's pretty light.
Is that too light? Woo! Wow. Woo! Maybe that is a little bit light. Why don't we take it down a notch? All right, that's cool. That's cool. All right, we are live, and we are live on a Sunday, so
Yeah.
we'll see who can break away from their Sunday evening festivities, their Fear the Walking Dead parties, family functions, barbecues,
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff.
Hi,
Happy
Tina.
Sunday.
Hi, Tina.
What's up, Tina? How you doing?
Hi, Ralph.
Oh, Ralph is in the house tonight.
We posted it on Facebook, but everyone doesn't follow us on Facebook, so hopefully,
Hopefully we get a few people joining us tonight
yeah,
for a
hopefully
little
they'll get notified that we're live tonight.
live.
We
We got
had to
about 10 so far, so
Change it up
that's a pretty
this
good
week
start.
once again. So
So here we are. It's a Sunday, and what is on the agenda tonight, sharonatsea?
hi, Janet.
What's up, Janet?
Well, tonight I thought we'd maybe talk a little bit about shore excursions. We get a lot of questions about shore excursions, so
Hot topic.
I thought, why not talk
Hot
about it?
topic.
Maybe the plan is I was going to go through several of the ports, maybe talk a little bit about things we've done or things maybe I might recommend, and then hopefully everyone will chime in on the chat and talk about things that they've done in that port as well and
Ice
things
tick.
that they enjoyed to kind of help everyone out.
Say hi to Amy.
Oh, hi, Amy.
Hi, Amy. What's up, Sue?
Hi, Sue.
Sue snoozes. Ooh, I worked all day. I could use a little snooze myself. I'm going to hang in there for the next hour so I can kick it with the peeps. All right,
Hi,
so we got a few people joining. That's great.
Hi,
Sherry,
Sherry.
how are you? Oh, Sherry likes your outfit.
Oh, thanks. I just actually got this shirt not long ago for this upcoming cruise. I couldn't resist it. It was like a bargain. It was, I don't know, like $9.99 or something at TJ Maxx, and I thought it was had the anchor, so couldn't
I
resist.
told Sharon if she unzips it a little more and puts that picture on the video, we might get a lot more views, but
Oh my
she
God.
refuses to use that
Oh
to
my
her
gosh.
advantage, so
Oh.
whatever. So, all right. So we got about 20 people joining so far, so that's a good start. Oh, Kawana's in the
Hi,
house.
Kawana.
No, Kawana, we didn't switch to Sundays, but sometimes one of us has a schedule that
Yes.
where they have to work a little bit on a Monday night, and
Jamie
that
has,
person
yeah.
will remain nameless.
Yeah.
Why are you dropping the
I
dime
don't
on me
know.
like that?
Well, yeah, Jamie
And,
would be home a little too late tomorrow night for the East Coaster,
Yes.
so
So we switched it to a Sunday deal.
Sunday this week.
So hopefully, you know, not too many people get messed up by that.
Yeah, and I
Hi,
will
Beth.
say that next week we will not be live on Sunday or Monday because we'll be cruising.
Yes.
But we will be going live this Friday night
Mhm.
when we're all packed up and ready to leave. So one last live before we leave, and then we'll be back the following week once we return on Monday. That would be June
4th.
4th. I believe.
June
Yeah,
4th.
June 4th. We'll be
We'll
back.
be back, and we'll have a full tale of all the fun from our Carnival Splendor cruise. We'll tell you guys all about it. And we'll start cooking out some videos and all that good stuff. Steven's got about 70 days till his cruise, yet he already has his cruise documents printed off. That's
Oh,
good
wow.
preparation, buddy.
You know,
You're ahead of the game. Nothing wrong with that.
We haven't printed ours out yet, but I plan to print them out tomorrow.
Yes. Oh, and Kawana, thank you. Hey, if you guys aren't already doing it, you can follow Sharonatsea on Facebook and get any updates if we got to change anything
Right.
with our
We
live
always
and all
update
that
on
stuff.
there as well. On the Facebook page, I'll post anytime the cruise lines are having cruise deals. I post just informational things to help cruisers on there.
I think that actually says Sharonatsea Travel. So if
yeah,
you look
it's
it up,
actually
you'll know you got the
called
right one.
Sharonatsea Travel. Yes.
Yes. So,
if you follow, push the little follow button on there, and you will get notification of any new things.
there you go. What's up, David? Nice to have you here. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, David. Oh, I miss Beth. Hi, Beth.
How can you miss Beth? She's like our neighbor, isn't she?
I know. It is like she's our neighbor.
She only lives 10 minutes down the road, for crying out loud. All right, so let's so excursions. So we're going to talk about excursions. Sharon's got an agenda put together. You know me, I just come in and wing it because I'm a wing it kind of a guy. So what do you want to start with? You talking about
well, I thought,
cruise ship versus non-cruise ship, or what?
A lot of you on here that are on here right now, I know have cruised before, so you probably realize that there's tender ports and non-tender ports. So, you know, some of the tender ports are Belize, Cabo, Catalina, Grand Cayman, Half Moon Cay, Princess Cays. Kona, Hawaii is a tender port. Sometimes there are some ports in Alaska that are tender ports at times.
For those who don't know what a tender port is, does everyone out there, do all 20 people out there know what a tender port is? A tender port is where you have to dock out at sea, you anchor out there, and you have to take the little boat into the port. There you go. So you have to drop anchor out there. Hold on, a couple quick highs. Gregory Hartman, what's up? You made the live show. Thanks for being here. Hi, Gregory. Ralph, we're going to be on the Carnival Splendor. We decided to leave out of Los Angeles. The last couple of ships we've been on have been some of the newer ones with all the trimmings. And so we're going to go back to the fundamentals, back to the basics. On this one, so it'll be interesting. But I'm sure we'll have a great time. And we thought we would get on her one more time before she takes off. That sounded weird. Takes off to. I had $1 for every time I said that. To Australia. Kwana, you're right. Sharon always has an agenda, and we interrupted. I'm terrible with that. So that's okay. So you're right about that. We have fun. Yeah, she's okay with it though. So why don't we start with, how about Jamaica? I don't know why we're starting with Jamaica, but there's no real order. Yeah, man. But why wouldn't you start with Jamaica? There are 3 different ports in Jamaica that you can cruise into. There's Ocho Rios, there's Falmouth, and Montego Bay. Falmouth? Falmouth. Foul mouth? I didn't say foul mouth. Pretty sure you said foul mouth. I said Falmouth. Falmouth? Okay. Sound like foul mouth to me, but whatever. Anyways. So let's talk Ocho Rios. You know, one cool thing, we did this years ago. We haven't done it recently, but Dunn's River Falls, that's kind of a big excursion a lot of people like to do. It was all right. Was that waterfall? Yeah. It was intense. You get in line, you join a line with a lot of people, everyone's holding hands, and you walk up the falls like against the current. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. So that's something to do. They have a lot of there's a blue hole there too that is really nice. We've never done that yet. Maybe someday we will, but if anyone's done that, let me know how it is. I've heard really good things about it. Yes. Well, and you know what, Mike, I want to say hi, and Mike did remember, I'm doing the drink challenge. Oh yeah. So I will be heavily documenting on the next cruise the Cheers package and how to win or lose at the Cheers package. Yes, he's going to document every day. Oh, every day? Yeah, and well, hopefully. I'm going to document. Maybe not if you drink too much. I'm going to document as much as I can, but I'm going to try to take one day, start to finish, document all the drinks and the dollars and cents spent, and you know, find out, is it worth it? You know, can you really get a good value? Because I'm not sure I'm up to drinking 16 drinks a day for 7 days, and still enjoying the cruise. That might be the tough part. I don't know if it's going to be worth it for us all the time, but we're going to try Sharon this time may not want that to happen and just give it a shot. Yes. So, and just see how many other drinks we get besides just the alcoholic drinks to kind of help. Yes. Help with the cost. And I'm looking at value, and I can share that with you guys and tell you if it's worth it or not. Quick shout out, Zane Gaming 101 with a big hello. What's up, Zane Gaming? Hi, Nurse Zane. Nancy. Hi, Nurse Nancy. She's there. Let's see. Oh, Kawana was there. She said at parts they had to drag her up the falls. You're right. And when we went, we pulled into port. It was like a 40-minute ride. Yeah, well, actually, to get to the place. When we went to Dunn's River Falls, we went to Montego Bay, which it's actually in Ocho Rios, I guess, closer to that cruise port. So we had it was almost an hour, drive to there, and it was the craziest drive. Yes, I was afraid for my life the entire time. We actually did not think we were going to make it back. That is probably the craziest port for driving that we've ever been to. I think is Jamaica. Yes. I mean, we were on this bus of people, and I mean, I couldn't even look at the road. It was frightening. It was frightening. But we made it. Gregory's just bragging now. He's saying it's easy. He did it no problem. Hey, some of us aren't healthy, physically fit people like that, Gregory, who can just run up the falls. Let's see. Oh, Amy Rogers went to Dunn's River Falls, but did the leisurely rafting. If we ever go back, I'm definitely doing the rafting. because I love a little just sitting in a tube and floating down the river. It's right up my speed. I'm down with that.
That sounds fun.
So that would be fantastic. Nurse Nancy's asking Amy if she did Martha Bray out of Falmouth.
Oh.
Falmouth. Sorry, I can't get enough of that. I love that everybody's like talking. Everybody's saying hi to each other now.
Yeah.
You guys are like getting to know each other and saying hi to each other as you join the chat. That's fantastic. Let's see. Can you talk about which excursion you think would be best to book on the breeze? Well, I'll tell you what, Zane. It kind of depends on where where it's going.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not up to speed. You might be.
Are you going to Jamaica? Are you talking about that because we're going to Jamaica, or just the breeze in general?
Yes.
Post what port you're going to, and we'll go ahead and talk about it.
Yeah, throw that out there, Zane Gaming.
Let's see. Let's move on to. I guess Falmouth has a. They have a Margaritaville too, right by the port there that you can go to.
Mm-hmm.
So if you just want to get off and just kind of hang out there too, if you don't want to do anything strenuous,
you can do that.
Then you can do that as well.
Hold on. Susan News is saying she's having a hard time finding a good excursion in Mahogany Bay in Honduras. Do you have any suggestions?
I got lots there.
Do we have suggestions?
That's one of our favorite ports because and there's always, in fact, we always have a hard time deciding what to do because there's so many things that we want to do there.
But that is a tricky port because you can, if you don't book the Carnival excursions, that port's a little unique. You have to exit the port area and like walk a half mile down the road
ways, up a hill
until you get to where all the external port companies can wait and park because of how the port is set up and that nobody can get in there unless you're affiliated with the cruise ship.
Right.
So that was a pretty neat deal. I remember the first time we walked it.
We were a little nervous at first, but now you just kind of follow the crowd and everyone.
Because you're kind of going uphill and you see nothing at all, and you're like, man, we've been walking 10 minutes and there's nothing out here. What's happened? Did we go the wrong way? And then finally you go over the crest of a hill, and then at the bottom you just see 50 vehicles, everything from taxis to renting mopeds to all the cruise excursion people all waiting there. So that's pretty awesome. But
we can go ahead and talk about Roatan right now.
All right, let's go to Roatan.
One other thing about Montego Bay, Jamaica, there is the Seascape Resort. You can get a day pass there on resortforaday.com. And that's a good, if you just want to go hang out, at a hotel, beach, pool area and stuff for the day, all inclusive. That's a good one.
That sounds good.
And that one actually is a good one for kids as well. They have a cool 2 pools and one's kind of set up nice for kids too. Okay, so Roatan. So Roatan, like Jamie said, you have to, if you don't book through the cruise line, you have to kind of walk up this hill. We have a few people. There's one person you probably heard me mention before. It's called Real Deal Roatan Tours. I've done, if you watch our Breeze actually vlogs, we took a tour with him. He is great. It's every tour he takes with him is private. It's very inexpensive. I'm sure his prices have gone up a little bit since then.
Sure, as he gets a little notoriety, he's going to raise the prices a little bit.
But he, Johannes is the owner. His name. He does a couple other people that do his excursions down work with him as well. But at that time, his island tours were only $25 a person, and he would take you all over the island. You saw some really cool things. And kind of, you got to see some things that you don't normally see with the cruise line tours. He kind of took you a little behind things more. And
did you do a little video with him too afterwards?
And I did a video with him too, like an advertisement kind of video with him. It's on the YouTube channel.
It's on the channel too?
Yeah.
All right.
But he is pleasant, very nice, feel very safe with him.
So that's Real Deal
Roatan Tours. And now another place he took us that we got to experience is there was a new beach club opening up called Sol Imar, and it's up and running now, but they were doing like a kind of a thing when we were there. So he took us there. We were able to kind of preview it before it opened up.
And did a little video on that too.
And from what I heard, I thought it was going to be like $25 for the day for an entrance fee, but it wasn't all inclusive. I don't think. I think that was, but I could be wrong on the prices. with that. But it was going to be a really nice beach club, and this was just phase one of like 5 phases they were going to do. They were going to have all kinds of things there. The beach was
just
really
like on
nice.
the ground floor, so we got to see that. So that was cool.
The beach was really nice.
And hold on, say the name again. Sol
Ymar. It's SOLYMAR.
Yes.
One really cool thing about that is they had a little clinic on site there. So if anyone actually got hurt or anything, they had a little, I don't know if it was a doctor, but probably a nurse or someone in there that actually could kind of, help you up. Maybe
we could
bandage you
there.
Up if you got.
Can we retire there and you get a part-time job?
Hey, that sounds good to me.
Maybe you and Nurse Nancy can just run the show out there.
Hey, there you go, Nurse Nancy.
Yes. All right. So Real Deal Roatan Tours was good, and then what about Baden?
In the past, we've taken a tour with Victor Baden.
Victor Baden Tours was awesome as well.
Awesome as well. We did some zip lining. That if you want to go zip lining, maybe see the monkeys, that kind of thing, then Victor Baden's a good one to go through. Although Real Deal Roatan Tours can take you zip lining as well, and it probably will be less expensive than Victor Baden.
Maybe look into it.
We didn't know about him when we took Victor Baden, but we did have a good time with Victor Baden too. Another thing is
our Little French Key.
Our favorite place to go.
Oh boy,
ever is Little French Key.
Yes.
On Roatan.
Seuss News is you have a ton of options. We're throwing some stuff out there, and that's
Little French Key is not a cruise line excursion. You have to book it on littlefrenchkey.com. You reserve it. You don't have to pay anything to reserve it. You just kind of basically sign up online. When you get there, you'll meet your guide outside, like Jamie told you. Walk up the hill outside your tour. Mm-hmm. A little car. They'll have a car that will drive you to
bus, something like that.
Where you pick up the little boat. Then you will get on a little boat and drive. It's just basically across, almost like if you were going across a lake or something.
It's probably like a 15
little island.
It's probably like a 15-minute drive from the port area. And you get to a spot where you can check in and everything, and then you take just a little,
and that's where you would pay.
Little boat across the bay. It's real quick and easy. And an external excursion, sometimes you get a little nervous, like what happens if something happens? Well, they're going back and forth all the time. There's tons of taxis and vehicles going back and forth from there back to the port. So it's not something you got to worry about getting left there, stranded there, or anything crazy like that. So it ought to work out pretty well.
Yeah, and you pay when you get to where you pick up the little boat. That's where you pay. There's several different packages, from just going over and spending the day to lunch being included to there's a little spa over there. You can get a massage. You can include that. They also have the Jaguar, I guess you can interact with in the Jaguar, in the water. So that's, one of the excursions. So there's all different prices.
Yes. And right here, Nurse Nancy's pointing out that if you want to hold a sloth.
Yes.
No, I'm not sure. I don't know how many people are like, I really want to hold a sloth. But Daniel Johnson's Monkey and Sloth Hangout. Sounds like a good time. Someplace you'd want to have a few drinks at.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Steven said Little French Key is awesome. Doing it in July.
Right. And you can come back whenever you want. You just go out and take the boat back when you're ready.
Zane Gaming saying Zane's going to Cozumel, Belize, and Roatan. All right, so we just covered a lot of stuff for Roatan, Honduras for Zane Gaming. So those are
my 3 top things for Roatan.
Now Belize, I'm sure there's some stuff to do there.
You can take a water taxi to Cape Cocker. That's a really neat little beach. It's just all locals there, kind of hang out on the beach. There's little bars, food, things like that. If you're into that kind of thing. Otherwise, another big thing to do there is cave tubing.
In Belize? Yeah,
cave tubing and zip lining. That is good as well. There's not, other than that, I can't say that there's anything else I would really. I would want to do.
That was a tender point. Didn't we go to that Starfish Island or something like that?
Oh, yeah. Actually, there is Starfish Island. I don't know what cruise line you're going through. Oh, you're going on the Breeze. Okay. This is only a cruise line excursion, but Starfish Island is a really nice place to go. They pick you up right at the cruise ship, so you don't have to tender into the port first. They pick you up right there, take you over on a little boat to Starfish Island. It's a really neat just beach area.
Super nice. They got rest. They got food. They got drinks, and it's an awesome beach. Very secluded. There's no one else going to be around. You're not getting swarmed by anybody trying to sell you candy and stuff.
You can go rent little kayaks and take out.
Mm-hmm.
And the water's nice. Yeah, and it's just really nice. Not crowded, and it's.
And then as far as Cozumel goes for you, for Zane Gaming, Cozumel is like
so much to do.
There's too much to do in Cozumel.
Might as well talk about Cozumel. There is. Well, it depends on there's a lot of things like ATV rides. Jeep rides, all that kind of stuff. There's also a lot of beach clubs there. That's a big thing. A lot of people just go to a beach club there. There's Mr. Sancho's. There is Nachi Cook Home. There's Paradise Beach Club. There's, if you have kids, there's Playa Mia, which if you have little kids, I would suggest maybe going there. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't go there. And it kind of depends. If you're not with kids, Mr. Sancho's would be my first pick. If you had kids, little kids, Playa Mia. If you have kids that aren't so little, maybe Paradise Beach Club.
Boom. So there you go. So Zen Gaming, that covers you. Now you're good.
And it also depends how much you plan to drink. Since Mr. Sancho's is all included, and I think it's like $55 a person. Then I would say go to Paradise Beach Club, because Paradise Beach Club, you pay $3 to get in, and then all you have to do is spend at least $10 on either food or drink while you're there, laying by their pool and their beach. And I don't even know if they would realize if you could spend that much if you were there.
And a lot of the beach clubs have toys and like trampoline things out in the water and stuff to climb, and they might charge a couple bucks to get a wristband to use those facilities. So that's something else that you can look forward to out there. Right. Let's see. Stephen talks about doing the Starfish Point in Stingray City. Loved it in Grand Cayman. Yes. Grand Cayman, another tender port. Okay. Lots of stuff to do there.
Yeah. So Grand Cayman. Let's talk a little bit about Grand Cayman. Grand Cayman has Stingray City. There's the turtle farm there. What else do we do? Oh, 7 Mile Beach. A lot of people just take a taxi to 7 Mile Beach. You can also I don't know. I think last time we took a taxi there, it was like $6. I don't know if anyone knows what it was now, but and then one time we actually took the local bus, which was weird because it was supposed to be the local bus, but it was like one of their van taxis there. It was weird, and it was only $2. So Grand Cayman is very, very safe. It's one of the safest ports, I think. So taking the local bus and saving some money for less is
take it. Listen, you know, live a little, get a little bit of local culture, hop on a local bus.
Some islands.
Nurse Nancy pointed out one great thing when you pull into Mahogany Bay, the beach area in Honduras, there is the whole Carnival Beach setup. That's right there. You can get off the ship and make a right and walk right over and have a total beach hangout, you know, right near the ship and everything. If you don't want to go far and you just want to, you know, play in the water and stuff. That's going to be there for you too.
And there's a sky, like a, what do you call it? A sky ride thing you can take too.
Like a lift.
I forgot what it cost. I don't know if it was $15. I don't know. I don't know. I can't remember what the latest price is. Maybe Nurse Nancy, do you know how much the sky ride was?
Maybe she will. But hold on, we got to catch up a little bit. We've got comments coming in like wildfire. Woo! Let's see. Oh, Kwana said, I remember seeing you guys take the walk. Carnival Excursion it is. Oh, you talking about the walk in Roatan? Maybe that's what she was talking about. Yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah, Beth said just did those ports on the breeze in April. So many good excursions. Yeah. You got that right, Beth. Sue, you're welcome, and that's our pleasure, and that's what we're here for. She said thanks for responding so quickly. You get in with those questions early, Sue, and you get your answers. Let's see. Susan Jackson from Texas is in the house. Oh. Susan, how you doing? Boy, Texas taking a. Man, they had the storms there not too long ago. They just had a school shooting. Man, I hope everything's going good for you guys in Texas. You know, we're thinking about you out there. Let's see. Little French Key. There many people loved it. Yeah. And make sure you go to Little French Key, not Big French Key. Although you can go to Big French Key, I guess.
Some of the cruise lines now have an excursion they offer for Big French Key. And I don't know if you can go to Big French Key. Not with the cruise line, I'm not really sure, but I know Little French Key is a non-cruise line excursion. Mm-hmm. So that's the one you want is Little French Key, not Big French Key. She's right.
Stacy's here. What's up? Stacy made it. Stephen saying they love Little French Key. Let's see. Beth did the free beach in Roatan, Fat Tuesday, snorkeling, swimming, very relaxing. So there you go. You got that too if you don't want to make the hike.
Right. And a lot of pretty much every port has some things you can do really inexpensive. You know, if there's not a beach close, like right off the port or something to do right off the port, there's usually something close by. So you just have to do your research because you can go to each port and do something really, you know, inexpensive and still see things.
One thing that I'll do a lot of lately, especially, is a Google Earth. I will Google Earth the port. And then kind of, you know, pan out a little bit and see what looks like it's close. Whether it's a lot of hotels or whether there's some beach space, and then and then you can figure out what that is, and then you can kind of start looking into it, and you can see what the best path is to take, whether you got to take a taxi somewhere just to get out of the port, or whether you can hoof it and you can walk and make your way there.
Yeah.
So Google Earth is your friend if you're trying to scope out the port area and what's going to be real close.
Google Earth and TripAdvisor.
Let's see. Yes.
Two great research resources.
Oh, Beth said they paid $50 to get 2 reserved loungers and 2 rafts, front row on the water, front row in it. Let's see. Kawana saying you guys are making me want to go to Roatan, maybe the next group cruise.
I know we're going.
It could be.
I really want to go back again. We're going there in October of this year, and I'm really excited. I can't wait.
Beth did ATV in the jungle in Belize.
Oh.
Is Belize the place I'm a little scared of? Am I scared of Belize?
Yeah, you probably are.
I am.
Well, yeah. One thing about Belize, you have to. That's a place I would advise you to either book an excursion through the cruise line or make sure you book something with a reputable company. You don't want to just or you can tender in and kind of walk around the port area there, but there's a certain area outside there you really just don't want to walk around. You've got to make sure you're.
Yes.
That's not a place just to wander off. Belize.
Stay on the path. Don't go off the beaten path.
Not
Stay
the
on
safest,
but
as long as you aware of your surroundings, you should be fine. There you
go. A lot of people throwing out some great information on here as well, so make sure you're reading everyone's comments. Stephen hiked the rainforest and did the cave tubing in Belize. See, there you go.
Oh, Goff's Cave. That's the other one, Nurse Nancy. I was thinking, I know it was Kay Cocker. I was thinking of Goff's Cave, and I couldn't remember the name of that.
Good call. Yeah. Nurse Nancy coming through. Yes, Stephen, usually if the excursion has the word hike in it, I'm usually going to steer clear of that one. Not a big hike guy. If it's drink, then I'm on it. Beach, I can do that too. Air conditioned van, I'm all over that. Oh let's see. Where are we at? I'm losing my track. Yeah, there's so many comments. Carnival offers a starfish snorkel excursion, but I'm not sure of the price. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. It is actually it is.
I don't know if that's Starfish Island.
Oh. Starfish?
A starfish snorkel excursion.
Oh, no, that's not it. Okay.
Beth just screaming Mr. Sancho's. She loves Mr. Sancho's.
Mr. Sancho's is nice.
Breeze, lots to choose from Nurse Nancy.
I will say, though, when we went there last time, we drank and we ate so much food that when we left, we just almost felt sick. Not from drinking too much, but we just ate so much.
We're just overstuffed.
We just went back and I think we just passed out.
Ralph's pointing out Shaka Knob at in Cozumel.
Yeah.
Cozumel's, we did our dolphin, our swim with the dolphin deal.
Shaka Knob has a dolphin excursion there as well. And then also another great dolphin excursion there is Dolphinaris. We did Dolphinaris there, and it turned out to be pretty good. We enjoyed it.
Dude, it's amazing. When you get in the water with the dolphin, and then you're holding on to the dolphin while it's swimming. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Now,
I felt bad for the thing because the dolphin looked at me and like, "Are you serious? You're gonna get on top of me?" But it did it, and we had a good time.
Yeah, one thing that they don't usually allow you to bring your cameras and things in there. So unless you have someone that's kind of staying behind that can zoom in and take pictures of you, then you're kind of stuck buying. If you want pictures, which most people do, you're stuck buying. Their pictures, which that's the only bad thing at Chakanov and Dolphinaris. The pictures are really pricey.
There you go.
So,
hold on.
And then also you cannot wear your sunglasses when you're swimming with the dolphins. They do not allow you to wear sunglasses.
Yeah, it freaks out the dolphins.
So yeah.
Zane, hold on. I have to point this out. Zane Gaming, who asked that question, we answered a lot of great stuff for Zane. Said, thanks. I'm going with my mom and dad. I'm 10. My sister's 14 and 19. I'm helping my mom research.
Oh, how nice.
Nice job, Zane. That's fantastic, buddy. Zane, is this going to be your first cruise? And if it is, you're going to be hooked. And by the time you're old enough to have a drink on one of those cruise ships, you're going to be like a platinum level cruiser. Gosh. So enjoy it.
He's only 10, Jamie.
He's old enough to be online and researching cruises.
Yeah, that is one smart kid.
Let's see. Janet's pointing out all the excursions sound like so much fun. Can't wait for the group cruise so we can go on the first excursion.
Oh, yes.
Yes, you will lose your excursion virginity. Can I say that on YouTube Live? I don't know if I can, but it's going to happen.
Yes, we are going to have fun, Janet.
Dana Ballard's in the house. She's finally made it. Desinico, I showed my husband your Paradise Beach video just last week, and he was hooked. Nice.
Yeah.
That was good.
We really loved Paradise Beach Club too.
That was one where Matthew and I stayed by the pool while you took a little walk around and did a video of it. Oh my God,
Yeah,
that place was awesome.
Yeah, when we got there, there was like nobody there, and a few people arrived throughout the day, but it never really got overly crowded, and it's just, I don't know. We really enjoyed.
Yes. Oh, and so one little side note, just to get not off track, I guess, but when you're thinking about your excursion, take a look at the port you're going to be in and see how many other ships are going to be in port, and take a look at what time you're going to get there, because that might factor into where you might want to go.
Yeah, that's true.
If you're getting in at noon and 3 other ships are going to be in at 8 a.m.
You want to go to the beach.
Yeah, then you might not want to go someplace that's going to be real popular, because you'll be the last one there, and you'll get a lounge chair that's by the bathroom or something like that. So, keep that in mind, and you can look at cruisettt.com, I think is for cruise timetables.
I'll link that in the description below after it goes to replay. Yeah. I'll link that.
And you can see how many ships will be there. Like if you're going to Cozumel, you could be 1 or 2 ships, and that's cool. And you could be one of like 5 or 6.
Yeah, Cozumel is
crazy.
one port that can have a lot of ships some days.
Yes. So look at that.
It's one of the ports that probably holds the most ships.
Let's see. Sherry Sandlin said she loved the Cruising 101 videos. Thank you very much. I hope so. Sometimes we feel a little bit like goofballs just sitting there talking for an hour.
Try to include as much as we can. Although we did forget something. Someone let us know, and we did forget to talk about travel insurance.
We were scolded
in there. So that is one thing we forgot. And I will just say right now, I do highly recommend travel insurance. Although I think I've told everyone in one of our other videos.
Well, you recommend it, but we've never gotten it.
I have never gotten it. So there you go.
There you have it. All right, let's see. Oh yeah, Steven said didn't like Big French Key. We don't blame you. Joanne's in the house. Good evening.
Hi, Joanne.
Kawana says great tip, Jamie. Oh, that's a thumbs up. Okay. Let's see. You're going to do your research. There's some ports where it's not safe to go ashore and wing it. Yeah, you're right. I mean, anywhere you go, there's going to, you're pretty safe as long as you stay within the tourist area.
Amy's right. I would say Belize and Jamaica are 2 of the ones that, I wouldn't go wandering off. And
there's a lot of people that are selling excursions to get off the ship. And I mean, you could get somebody who's just local and doesn't have the resources to advertise or anything like that, and you can have a great time. But you could get some Joe Schmo who takes you over to, his rickety old wagon and, gives you a half-assed tour and charges you too much, and, you can miss out. So, you just got to pay attention and be careful. And if you get off the ship and you just decide to go with somebody who's at the port, promoting and selling tours and stuff, ask a lot of questions. Establish the full price right out of the gate. Find out exactly where you're going to go. Find out if there's a backup plan for if you have any car trouble or anything like that. And put your mind at ease. Ask
and a lot of them will have signs, and they'll have websites on their signs and things like that. And so they're usually they're not just some person standing there, going to take you off somewhere. So just make sure that you do a little, use your good judgment.
People love my Google Earth tip. Thank you very much. That's a tip of the day. That's a hot tip. Hot tip of the day.
Oh, back to Jamaica. One thing about Jamaica, there are a lot of vendors there, and they are very, very pushy. So if you're new to cruising or anything, you just have to make sure that you're very kind of stern. Don't let them, if they try to hand you anything, don't take it in your hand to look at it. Just say no, thank you. Keep walking. Don't make a lot of eye contact, and just go, and you'll be fine. But they're just very pushy there. They're very, very pushy in Jamaica.
They're pushy in a lot of places. Cabo, San Lucas, where we're going to be next week, is horrible.
We'll talk about in a minute. Brutal. About Cabo is
there you go.
So we'll talk about that in a minute.
Let's see. Zane pointed out that you see some luggage in the back. Where are y'all going next?
We'll
be talking about that soon. You just hold your horses.
Our first stage of packing, we have our luggage back there. We'll be packing this week.
We got the table out. This our computer / guitar / office room will also turn into the packing lounge, and we'll be getting that going. So we'll talk about that.
So we'll be posting up our packing video this Friday. This Friday morning, probably.
Steven's got a question. Stephen Hayes says, going on the horizon, September 2019 out of Miami. Ports are Aruba, Curacao, La Romana, and Turks. Never been to any. Any ideas on those? Well, we have been to La Romana and Aruba. I'll tell you what, that's a lot. Those are a lot of ports.
Which one?
Aruba. What do you got for Aruba?
Aruba. Well, we did this thing, which I can't even say it. You say it.
What is it?
The Kookanoo.
Kookanoo?
Yeah.
Kookaroo.
We did that, and it was fun, but we did it because we did it several years ago, and it was a really great tour several years ago. We took it this time, and it was kind of a shortened version of that tour, and it wasn't as good. Although if you want to see a lot of the island, that's a good one to take, and it's fun along with it.
Yeah.
But that is through the cruise line. Let's see, what else? Oh, there's some really nice beaches there. Flamingo, I think it's called Flamingo Beach. It's a beach where there's lots of flamingos that walk around. There's
is it the Cuckoo Kanuku bus?
Oh yeah.
Cuckoo Kanuku.
That's it.
That's the tour. And also one thing I saw in Aruba, tons of like ATVs and 2- and 4-seat,
Jeeps,
razors
rides,
and
like
Jeeps and all kind of stuff. We took a trip to one side of the island where the lighthouse was, and that was pretty cool. And I'm sure there's beaches and stuff there as well. And La Romagna.
La Romagna. Well, when we went to the Dreams Resort. We purchased a day pass there, and spent the day there. It was really nice. The resort was nice. It wasn't that crowded. It was
they had a nice beach area, a nice pool area.
The taxi to get there they charged $15 a person. But if you have, I don't know if it's either 4 or 6 people, then it's $10 a person. We ended up finding some other people to go with us, so we only paid $10.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
That was a crazy story on its own.
Yeah. So, but we did that. There's also like a river, kind of a boat you can ride down the river. I can't remember the name of it though. Start with the C, I think.
The Sea River.
No.
Chocolate River.
But there's a lot of stuff. It's really green there. A lot of kind of older, I guess, more history things to see.
And that's also something you can do. If you go to a port and you're like, man, these excursions aren't doing anything for me, I just want to get off the ship and relax, then find a local hotel, a resort. And usually for a couple bucks, anywhere from $40 to $75, you can go there, maybe get in on their all-inclusive deal where you can eat, drink all day, and use all the facilities. And a day pass at a resort can be a fantastic time as well.
And you can spend, maybe $40, $50 on up to $100 and some for a day pass at different resorts, depending on where you're at. I think the Dreams I want to say it was like $55 a person. But I don't.
But Stephen, you struck a nerve here because Curacao, and we have
never been to Curacao.
And that is on our game plan.
I know there is a few people on here, or someone that has been there, so maybe they can chime in and mention something good.
Yes, and Turks. So Turks, as opposed to Grand Turk, you're going what? Turks and Caicos?
Probably Grand Turk.
Or Turks, he said, for the stop. Yeah, so we'll see what Stephen has to say on that one.
Grand Turk. Yeah. There's the Margaritaville right there. There's ATV rides. Another thing is you can rent a golf cart in Grand Turk and drive it around the whole island yourself. I mean, probably a couple hours.
We did an ATV tour.
To book if you're going to do something like that, you have to book it. The golf carts way out because they book up really quickly. There's only one place I think that you can rent them from. We did an ATV tour also through sharonatsea.com. That's one tour company if you want to book something outside the cruise line that I would highly recommend. We've probably done 7, 8 excursions through them, if not more. And everyone has been like excellent except for one.
Just the most recent
one in St. Thomas, but everyone else has been excellent. And the one in Grand Turk was great. We did ATVs. We were the only ones that had booked it, so it was technically a private tour. It was just the
Matthew and I got on one ATV, and Sharon had her own, and
we took all around the whole island ATV ride, and it was great.
We had a super nice kid. He grew. I think he grew up on the island. He was going to college in the States, and he was off for break, and so he came back to the island, and he was just working, making a couple extra bucks, doing the tour. And so we saw a lot of cool stuff.
The greatest thing is, and it's so much cheaper through Shore Excursionaires versus the cruise line for an ATV ride tour. I think we only pay like $60 for each, and that was for each ATV. So like basically Matthew was free on Jamie's. A lot of times if 2 ride on one, you still have to pay. It was per ATV.
Well, listen, you're always going to save money if you book outside of the cruise ship.
Right.
But it's up to you to do the research and be comfortable with your decision. You know, because something can happen, and you know the ship will wait for the cruise ship excursions. It will not wait if you're not on one of their excursions.
And there are some companies that if you book through, they will guarantee that you get to the next port, or that you don't miss the ship, or if you get to the next port. And that's why sometimes booking with an outside company that's cheaper, like Shore Excursionaire or Shore Trips, they usually will guarantee that on most of their excursions. So you still kind of can feel safe and save money at the same time.
Yes. Hopefully you can feel safe. All right, let's see. What do we got? Oh yeah, Zane. All right, so Zane, you're a hot ticket today. Zane said it is going to be the first cruise, so you're going to be hooked. Good job, Zane. Nurse Nancy said they're going to be on the horizon February 2019. They're going to break in the ship a little bit. Thanks.
All right.
Thanks, Nurse Nancy, for taking that sacrifice. We appreciate that.
When are you going to be there in February? Is it the first week? If so, we're getting off the first week of February because we're going the last week of January.
Zane said he remembers in one of the Breeze videos, he commented he's a very picky eater, and that Matthew's very picky eater too.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Do you like pizza, Zane?
Zane, you certainly don't act like a 10-year-old, I'll tell you that. Yeah, and if you like pizza, you're going to be living on it for a week on the ship. Let's see. Nurse Nancy, do you suggest parking at the port in Miami? I like save money, but I've heard really bad things about other parking options in Miami. Any input? I don't know. Well, we don't know a lot about the parking out there because we usually just fly in, so I don't know.
Fly there. Do you live in Miami? Is that I mean, or in Florida? I would say there are some hotels there that have the park and cruise option.
But I don't know if you're staying at the hotel.
If you're not, then I mean, I think you'd be safe at the Port of Miami. You know, we usually, most of the time when we cruise, even if we stay at a hotel the night before and we do drive, we always park at the port. And sometimes it is a couple dollars more, but it's just convenience for us.
Yes.
You know, we're driving this week over to Long Beach because it's the only port that we can actually drive to. We are so excited that we're close enough. And we're driving the morning of. We're not staying in a hotel the night before. But even when we have stayed in hotels in Long Beach the night before, we always just drive to the cruise port. Yeah, I mean, it does cost a little more, but.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to pay, so you're going to pay $120 to $150 a park.
It's nice getting
probably $20 a day or something like that.
And having your car right there and not having to go somewhere else to get your car when you get home, when you get off the ship.
Oh, Beth is saying there were 7 ships docked in Cozumel, but they were fine. Didn't seem overcrowded.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I mean, that's the amazing thing about Cozumel. There's so many places to go and so much stuff to do. Tommy Eaton, what's up, Tommy? Tommy just got back from Bahamas. A lot of excursions were canceled due to weather. Regardless of the rain, we all had a blast. You know what, Tommy? That's an excellent point. Is if you prepay for an excursion, and weather comes around, that can mess you up. Or if you book an excursion in a port and somehow the ship's itinerary has to change, if weather causes them to not go to a port or to change the which port's going to be first or something like that, you could be a little bit out of luck. So that's something to keep in mind as well.
Yeah, and check with that if you do book outside the cruise line because. Down in that fine print somewhere, they will have their policy on cancellation. And a lot of times if it's weather related or something unforeseen like that, they will refund your money. Otherwise, most of them will refund it up to a certain amount of time, sometimes 72 hours before, 48, 24, but just make sure you know that time frame in case you have to cancel.
There you go. So good point.
Or book one where you don't have to pay the full price they had. Like if you book something and they just want like a small deposit, or some like Little French Key, for example, you just put your name sort of on a list to reserve it. You don't pay up front. So so if you don't end up stopping there or your excursion day gets messed up, you're not out any money.
Yeah.
So just
if anything, you're out of $5 deposit.
Yeah. So as long as you don't have to pay full price, you should be good.
Michelle Brown, you're awesome. Michelle Brown said you're awesome.
Oh, thanks, Michelle.
She's awesome. See what I did there? Let's see. Amy wants to know if I'm going to finally show the leopard skin Speedo in the packing video. Amy, if you want to see that leopard skin Speedo, you're going to need to see that up close and personal on the beach. Those are the winners. Those are the people that get to see me in that. And live and in person. Because it doesn't play well on video, but live it's amazing.
Might have to cruise with us sometime.
Josh, what's up? Joshua, how you doing? Joshua Goal, new to the channel.
Oh, hi, Joshua.
What's up, Joshua? Hey, asking about the Navigator of the Seas. Have you been on that ship? And he's new to our channel.
Okay, no.
Have not been on the Navigator of the Seas. All right, so we'll say it again that we have been true blue Carnival people since the get-go, although I've researched and we got a couple of cruises lined up on other ships finally.
The next couple of years, we are venturing out. We're going to be doing some Royal Caribbean and Norwegian cruises. We are booked on the Mariner of the Seas next May.
Yes,
but so that'll be our first Royal ship.
Mm-hmm. But if you need it, but Sharon has done so much research, and with all of her travel and the classes to become a travel planner and all that kind of stuff, she's learned so much about all these other cruise lines that I mean, sometimes I feel like she knows as much as half the people that are cruising on the ships anyway. Let's see. Stephen Hayes is all about the day passes to the resorts. Loves them.
Yeah, Very cool. Always, a lot of times if we have 3 or 4 ports, you know, we may do something a little more fun or active in a couple ports or maybe just one port. And we always usually at least do something kind of like that in one of the ports. You know, just get a day pass, something kind of laid back and just enjoy it.
Amy Rogers throwing something out there for Curacao. Went to the ostrich farm and the donkey sanctuary in Bonaire. Love them both.
Oh, yeah, I heard about the donkey sanctuary. Yeah.
Hold on. Okay. I mean, is it funny you go on a cruise and you go to the ostrich farm and the donkey sanctuary? Those are not that, you know, I don't know if those are the normal things when people ask you and they go, hey, what'd you do on your cruise? Went to the ostrich farm.
Yeah, you want to do something different. Hey.
That's awesome. I love it.
I love doing different things like that.
Let's see. Nurse Nancy says, love ideas for Grand Turk, San Juan, St. Kitts, St. Martin, going on the horizon last week of February. So
well, Grand
we'll be breaking her in.
We talked about Grand Turk a little bit.
Yes.
San Juan, I really only have one thing to say about San Juan. If you, we always take a tour now with Charlie's Custom Tours. That's kind of our thing. And each time we go, he'll take us somewhere new and do whatever we want.
Yes.
We've used him a couple times now. And I can't speak, I mean, highly enough about him.
Yes.
He's 5-star.
We've probably been there. Besides leaving on a cruise out of San Juan a couple times, I think we've been to San Juan 3 times, and twice we used Charlie's Custom Tours, which were awesome. And one time, one of the guys we went with and myself, we went tarpon fishing. And that can be pretty cool too. So if that's, you know, in your wheelhouse and that's an option, you can book a little tour doing a little fishing out there, and that can be fantastic.
Yeah, and then I think that time we just kind of walked around and stuff that time in Old San Juan. But yeah, I would suggest doing a tour. There is so much to see in San Juan, and it's really a lot. It's beautiful if you can get out of that port area and see things. And one thing about Charlie's Custom Tours, as he's going through, he tells you so much, not just the history that you would hear on normal tours, but he kind of tells you like real stuff, like what's going on and things that, like even personal things about him and, you know, and how they live. And, you know, it's just really interesting. It's like, that's probably our all-time favorite tour.
Yeah.
And
he's a great guy. I think he grew up on the island. He moved to the States. He used to be like a banker or something like that in New York, you know, lived in the city for a while and then came back. He's got a son that sometimes runs the tours with him.
Yeah, he moved back to Texas, I think.
Oh yeah, okay, so he's out of the mix, but he's got he's set up for everything.
And
it's
yeah,
fantastic.
he's back to normal since the hurricanes up and running.
Yes, there's still a couple of hotels and resorts that are still fixing up and cleaning up. Even 1 or 2 of them are still closed and taking advantage and doing renovations.
The rainforest is still closed as well. The rainforest.
It can be hard to get up there. Somebody might be venturing up that way, but it's a whole new deal.
But I would say I have his link somewhere. But if you want it, I can give you his number. But it's Charlie's Custom Tours. He charges doesn't charge per person. He charges by the hour. So his van holds up to 8 people. So no matter if there's 1 person or 2 people or 8 people, I can't remember. I want to say it's like
60 bucks.
No, it's like 70 or so an hour.
60, 70 bucks an hour.
But the thing is, if you have several people going, it's really inexpensive, you know, if you figure it that way, if you split the cost. And
pure comfort, lots of technology.
Yeah.
Sends you, he takes tons of pictures, and then once you get home, he sends you the collection of pictures, which are photos of you and your family or whoever you're with, as well as
I mean, you don't even have to
photos
take
of, you know, local things to see and all that. So yes, can't recommend that good enough.
Yeah, that's great.
All right, how about St. Kitts and St. Martin for Nurse Nancy?
St. Kitts.
We've been to both. I don't have a great recollection of either.
But it's been several years. St. Kitts, a great thing to do is to take that scenic railway around the whole island there. That's really cool. It's a little pricey, but it's kind of a neat thing to do. There's a lot of other island tours that aren't as pricey that you can, you go up higher and you can kind of look down. It's like a panoramic view. It's really nice in St. Kitts. There's also some beaches there. Let me see if I can think. I wrote down, I think, the name.
Come on, what you got? What you got? Don't you have the info?
There was. I have on that thing. Frigid. I think it's called like Frigid or Frigate Beach.
Frigate
or Frigid.
What's with you tonight? You're saying all these crazy things.
Anyways, beach, and that's a nice beach. Or Friars Beach. Those are nice beaches to go.
Frigate Beach.
Yes, and then they also do have this Brimstone Hill Fortress tours if you're into history, kind of there as well. St. Martin. There's always Maho Beach. That's where the big airplane, you see comes down. Let's see. There's also. Oh
yeah, that's a place you got to go if you go to St. Martin. Just to be there when a plane comes and lands.
Yeah.
And it's like
now, if you just want a nice
yards above your head.
A really nice beach that has some restrooms and bars and things like that. Friars Beach is a good place to go to in St. Martin. There's also Orient Beach, but Orient Beach I think is the topless optional beach. So if you don't want to be around that, you want to stay away from that. Just so you know.
That'd probably be a great place for me to wear my leopard skin Speedo, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but also Friars Beach is good for families. The waters are calmer for swimming because in St. Martin, there are a lot of times a lot of the beaches have bigger waves. There's some bigger waves, not as calm of water. So Friars Beach has some calmer waters.
Great information. All right, let's see. Nurse Nancy from Wisconsin. We cruise on a budget. Nurse Nancy, if you're from Wisconsin, then should I say go pack go? Is that appropriate to say to you? While I'm wearing my Chargers football shirt, a couple of months away from the season kicking in.
I hear you on the budget. We are try to be very budget friendly with all of our cruising. Since we do try to cruise, we would rather cruise more and be on a budget than go only cruise once a year and
Yeah, we don't have a bottomless pocketbook.
Extravagant. So we like to cruise a lot, and so we are definitely on a budget.
Snooze is saying, St. Kitts, highly recommend a mountain ATV tour. Beautiful scenery with time to explore the old forts. Yeah. Very nice, Snooze. Yes. Outstanding.
Yeah.
Stephen, a little more talk about cruising on a budget. Amy Rogers in Curacao from 7 in the morning till 11 at night. So there was time for a tour of the beach and walking around the shopping. So there you go. Yeah. That's a full day in Curacao.
Yeah.
Anne-Marie is here. What's up, Anne-Marie? How you doing?
Hi, Anne-Marie.
Any must-do excursions in Alaska besides the train in Skagway? Ooh. I'll be in Juneau and Ketchikan, too.
Yeah.
I didn't plan anything in those ports yet. Ooh, Alaska.
I have to. Okay, so Alaska, Juneau. I don't know if you're into whale watching.
You know what I'm talking about.
But into whale watching. But I know when we were there, we took the dolphin tour. We did not take it through the cruise line. The Alaska. Anyone who hasn't been to Alaska.
The dolphin tour or the whale watching?
Whale watching. I'm on dolphin.
Dolphin tour.
Whale watching tour. Alaska excursions are expensive. There's no getting around it. So if you can book them not through the cruise line, you can save a little bit, but they're still going to be pretty expensive even doing that. Yeah. But we took a whale watching tour through, why I said dolphin? It was through Dolphin Jet Boat Tours. That's why I said dolphin.
You covered yourself. Little CYA there. Nice move.
So it's Dolphin Jet Boat Tours, and it's an outside company, and we took a whale watching tour. It was it was a really good tour. We noticed we were out there. We could see the boats that the cruise line had taken out for whale watching tours and things like that. And just by seeing the other boats out there, I feel like we had a pretty kind of a better tour. We were a little up close.
We weren't packed. We had room to walk around, to see what was going on. And we got some good video. We were there with our friend, the Saunders family, on that cruise, and they were there with us.
Some we were up pretty close, though. We got some good views of the whales. Another thing, which the other part of our family did that went to Juneau, is Juneau. You can rent a car. It is a little bit a ways from where the cruise port is. So is what they did. I don't know how many people are going in your party, but is what they did is one person got off the ship, took a taxi to the rent-a-car place.
Wasn't it by the airport?
I can't remember. It was about 20 minutes away.
I think they took a taxi to where the airport was.
There was only
rented a car, came back to the port, picked up their family, and then they drove around.
That way they didn't have to pay for everyone to take the taxi.
They walked through a park.
They went to Mendenhall Glacier area. They saw all kinds of sights. They had already pre-mapped out some things they wanted to see. They even went. One of them even jumped into the water. Two of them did. Jumped into the polar plunge in ice cold water. It's on our video if you watch our Alaska videos.
Yes.
But they actually did a lot of hiking around out in the woods behind and did a lot of stuff that way. So that's something you can do. Another fun thing to do, but it's really, really pricey. I wanted to do it, but we didn't.
You're not going to say helicopter.
Helicopter to Mendenhall Glacier and go dog sledding. That is like,
first off,
I want to do that so bad, but he did not want to do it.
Even if someone offers papers for me, I will never do a helicopter tour anywhere. I do not want to be in a helicopter ever, on or off a vacation. I'm not that guy.
Yeah, but if that's in the price range, that is a cool thing to do as well. But those are some things to do in Juneau. There's also some shopping and, of course, places to eat, seafood, good seafood, all that by the port. Let's see. Another thing, you said Skagway is the train.
We did the train in Skagway, right? We walked around town. Right.
And there is, after we got back, there's some restaurants downtown. There is shopping and bars and things like that right by, not too far from the port. You can walk back from those. It's maybe a half a mile or so, and you can walk back to after that. Ketchikan, there's a lot of shopping right off the port.
The girls went to the lumberjack show.
Yeah, we went to the lumberjack show. The guys went fishing, so we were trying to think of something.
Oh, yeah.
Not, to stay close. We were only in Ketchikan for a short time, only like half a day, only till like 1 p.m.
Yes.
So they went fishing. So we got off and shopped, went to the lumberjack show.
Yeah, if you want to do a little salmon fishing, you can do that in Ketchikan. That's a hot spot for it.
And Jamie knows a good, I guess, charter boat that you
I think it was the Bites On Charters.
Yeah, Bites On Charter.
You can see it. And if you watch our video, all the information is going to be in there on the Ketchikan day.
Yeah, and and other than that, there's like some other excursions. There's totem pole, totem pole place you can go, and some different things like that. And if you're into that stuff, you can go
to the totem pole store and pick one up and take it home with you.
We just, that didn't really interest us, so we didn't do that. But there's
you want something? So you're making people are gonna get seasick. You're shaking us up.
Our dog just came in, so she's
easy, Lucy.
Oh,
she wants to get in on the video.
She wants to get on camera.
All right, we'll say hi for crying out loud. Come on over here, you.
Okay.
Crazy girl.
Anyways.
All right. Yep. So there you go. So that's some Alaska stuff.
And and also I don't know if you're stopping in Canada, but when we stopped there at the end, it was just in the evening, so we just got off and walked around a little bit. But Butcher Gardens is really nice if you go earlier.
If you like a bunch of flowers.
It's really pretty. I was there years ago when I just went to Canada on a land tour, and it was beautiful.
Wow.
And then also, there's always the Empress.
And you go into town and you can shop and you drink coffee and drink booze and spend a lot of money shopping and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's a safe place. It's like $10 for a taxi into town. All right. Ice Stick's asking about Amber Cove. Look at the dog. Amber Cove. Let's see. We've been there a couple times. We took first off, they have a huge pool party area right at the port. So if you just want to swim and drink and get wild, you can just do it right there in the port area. You can just lay right there, have a few drinks, eat. Yep, and they do have a zip line that goes down over the pool. And last I heard, I think it was like someone told me that they stopped doing the one-time fee to use it. It was just like a all day kind of thing. You paid one price of $20 to use it as many times as you want all day long. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but that's probably about what it would cost if you did it all day. But there you go. There's that. There's also, we did an ATV excursion once through an outside company that didn't go over so well. The ATVs were not in the best condition. So oh my God. Yeah. I would not suggest doing ATVs through an outside company. It's a pretty reputable company. They're called Marisol Tours. MarySol.
Yeah, don't take
There's
a
all
tour.
tours.
Don't take a tour with them.
Well, I don't know if
Or
I'd
at
say
least
that.
an ATV tour. An
Yeah,
ATV
the
tour.
ATV. If you've never been on an ATV before, don't take their ATV tour.
Yeah.
They just were not the best.
Mine
catch.
did not have brakes.
Yes, and you almost broke your
And
neck.
I
Totally
didn't
crashed.
have brakes. I turned sideways so I wouldn't hit the person in front of me. I went into like a bank, like an outer like bank thing.
You went into like an embankment and into a ditch,
and my
the ATV
flipped
broke.
over. And luckily, I don't know what happened. I reacted quickly. I actually, as it was flipping
cat-like
over,
reflexes.
I know, as it flipped over, I jumped off the ATV and I kind of fell. So I really wasn't hurt. I was just more shaken up than anything. But if I hadn't, I probably would have been really hurt.
Yeah, and there's like 8 of us, and I'm way ahead, and then they're like, Sharon crashed her ATV. I'm like, what? So that was a pretty nerve-wracking 2 minutes as I drove back to find out what kind of damage I was going to come up on.
Well, let's see what
see.
else. What was that other? We went to Amber Cove just this last time.
What did we do? It was like 3 months ago, and I can't remember for the life of me.
That tour was really good. We went to all those places. And it was actually through the. Oh, I know what it is. It was actually through the cruise line because we found a family that wanted to do this excursion, so we went with that one. It was called Outback Adventures. And it was kind of an all-day tour.
Oh yeah, that was with your mom and your sister.
We went and like just saw so many different, basically what it sounds like, outback adventures. You went through the wilderness outback, I guess.
Oh, that's where we went to that beach with all the waves, and Matthew did a little boogie boarding.
And you know, they took you to the beach to go boogie boarding. But you got, we saw a lot of different things, and that was well worth the money. It was a little expensive. You know, it was probably around 100, I guess 100.
It was a great tour. They were pouring beer and rum the whole time, so that was cool.
Yeah.
We visited a school.
Oh yeah,
they had arrangements where we literally like walked into a school area and went into the class, and the guide talked a little bit, and we saw the kids, and the kids are looking at us like, "What are you doing here? And why are you at my school?"
Yeah, that was a really good excursion. Yeah, I would recommend that.
Yes. All right, so there you go. So that's some stuff for Amber Cove. For Ice Tick. Is there a way to see the Blue Hole in Belize in person? I'm not sure, Zane. I don't know about the Blue Hole.
There's excursions that you can go out to the Blue Hole in Belize. I
don't believe for a minute that Zane is 10 years old. I think it's a sham.
Zane's
like 34.
I have not really looked into the Blue Hole in Belize because we haven't planning to go there, but do some research. There is ways to get out to the Blue Hole in Belize. I've seen it. I just haven't read about it.
Will you just real quick say hi to Doug? Beth said Doug's home.
Oh, hi, Doug.
There you go, Doug. Hi, Doug. Let's see. Yes, they're talking about. A few people are with me on the whole no helicopter thing. So good for you. You're part of the smart people. Amy Rogers, I'm afraid of helicopter tours regardless of whether they're privately booked. Here, hold on. We got a good question.
I will say a helicopter does kind of scare me, but it just sounds so exciting. I want to try it once.
Janet asked an important question. What do you do with Lucy when you cruise? She comes with us.
No, we have a dog sitter. So
yes,
we have a dog sitter.
Luckily, we have some folks, some family that keep an eye on her. Yeah. So that's good stuff. Nurse Nancy saying that's scary about the ATV. Fortunate, so fortunate not to have a spinal cord injury. You're right about that.
I know.
I mean, I was thinking like broken ankle or something, but boy, you're right about that. Yeah. You know what? Don't be scared. Just make sure that they're in good condition and do research and do some reviews on the ATV trip prior. You know, we did some reviews and we didn't get any feedback about any issues with the ATVs. So. Maybe it's just our bad luck, or they just hadn't been serviced in a little while. I'm not quite sure.
And it's funny because the next time we took an ATV tour was in Grand Turk. Like I was probably a year later, a couple years later. And I was almost kind of nervous about going on it after that, but it went fine, and those ATVs were in great condition. So there you go. I'm over my fear again. So.
Sue Snoozes is a nurse as well. A lot of nurses involved in cruising. I don't know what it is. They like to cruise because of all the stress. Zane's saying if you don't believe I'm 10, click on my channel. All right, man, I'll look it up. I'll tell Matthew to check you out. Let's see. Amy says, do you have a shore excursion budget? Yeah, I mean, it fits into our budget. We decide, and if there's someplace new or someplace we haven't done much, sightseeing, we might spend a little more to do something neat and something really interesting.
We don't really say like
other times you might just go to the beach and take a taxi and do nothing. We don't
really plan ahead and say, oh, we have such amount for this cruise to spend on shore excursions. We just kind of start researching, and or we already know what we want to do, and then if we know one's going to cost a little more and we really want to do it, then we just kind of realize like, okay, well, let's kind of take it easy on another port, and we kind of just balance it out like that without really setting an amount, but it always
for sure
is within our budget.
Everything except the helicopter. It's not my budget. I'm not doing it. Beth said they had ATV issues in Belize and Carnival refund everybody, but that they do it again. Well, and if you did it through Carnival, you would certainly expect it to be maybe a little more well run. And one side note is when you do book an excursion outside of Carnival, listen, don't be surprised if there's a moment of confusion or you have to spend a minute kind of making sure you're with the right person and that they have your information correct. I mean, these are small little businesses and they're trying to book as many people as they can. And so have a little bit of patience and things usually work out for you.
They don't always,
Yeah, you could have a little broken English there too.
So,
let's see. What else we got? D Walker. Hi, all. D Walker. I don't know if you just got here or if you're just saying hi now, but it's good to have you here. All right. So wow. An hour and 5 minutes has gone by already. Can you believe that? All right.
We'll talk about a little bit about maybe the Mexican Riviera.
Oh, yeah.
So that's where we're going to be going this next week.
All right. So let's talk about that. So you notice, so we do have the luggage sitting behind us. Mine and Matthew's.
Well,
or is that yours?
This is how we're only taking 2 because we don't really need 3. So it's what we do.
You would love to have 3.
One's Matthew's actually, and then Jamie and I actually both have one like this, but we're just taking one this time. And I'm going to put my stuff, some in his and some in Matthew's. Kind of. So actually, if someone's luggage gets lost, I'll still have a few things. No, but that's how we're going to kind of break it up. That's how we're kind of probably going to break it up. I don't know. We'll see. You'll have to wait for our pack video. But and we have a few new fun little travel gear things to take this time. We'll show you.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. So,
all right, so Mexican Riviera. Hold on, real quick. Zane Gaming, another question. No sweat on all the questions. It's awesome. Do you recommend booking the excursion on the ship or on the website at home? We always
either way. It depends.
You can do it either way, but if you can research it and book it before you go on the ship, if you book it before you get on the ship, then you got to pay for it.
Yeah.
Right, before that, right. So you're paying ahead of time instead of once you're on the ship. But sometimes good excursions will sell out, and there could be limited space. So you can go on the website for the company you're going with, if it's Carnival, and or any other company, and you can do your research on TripAdvisor and other websites for that particular type of excursion, and then book it ahead of time, and that way you don't get left without it.
Yeah. Let's see. So we're going to Cabo, Mazatlan, and Puerto Vallarta. Let's start Puerto Vallarta this time. We are going to take a tour that we took several years ago. We've been to these ports multiple times, so it's kind of hard to find new things to do that are interesting. But we did do this tour several years ago, and it was great. It's Las Caletas. I don't know, some of you may have heard of it. It's all inclusive, drinks, food, everything. The food was awesome before when we went. You take a little boat over to this little island, the Las Caletas, and you spend the day there. It's just
private island. It's just the only people there are the people who are going there for that purpose.
You do have to book this through the cruise line, though. They do not, if cruise lines are in, they do, when there's not cruise lines coming in, they will book it separately, but otherwise they will not book you.
If the cruise ships are in port, then you can only book it through the ship.
So it is a little pricey. It is $139.99 for adults and $131.99 for children. So it's a little pricey, but it's a great day. It's, I think, a 6.5 hour day tour.
Ooh, yeah.
So, I like that. But it's awesome. So anyways, we're going to do that again this time, and that's something I would highly recommend people do. It's just beautiful. The boat ride over there, it's amazing. So I would highly suggest that. And then another thing we've done in Puerto Vallarta before. We've gone to the Crystal Resort. We've gotten a day pass and gone over to the Crystal Resort. It is a little bit of a walk, but we just got off the ship and walked there when we did it the last time.
Well, the first time we went there, we stumbled on it by accident as we were looking for a place on the beach to hang out at. And that was great. And then
we were on the beach and it was a little cool. And we're like, oh, wait, there's a hotel up there.
We took the walk.
Oh, let's walk up there. And we kind of just snuck in and didn't have to pay. Although the last time when we got the day pass, it was only $5 a person. So it's really cheap. It's not all inclusive, of course. You have to buy your food and drink. But it was only $5.
Yes.
So it was a great day there too.
That was awesome. And and I will tell you this: we took one of the first places we actually took local bus was Puerto Vallarta.
Oh yeah,
that was an experience.
Yeah,
I mean,
wow. After we went to where was that? We had some drinks.
All right, we went to the beach, stumbled upon the resort. Then we took the bus. We went to, I think it was Senior Frogs.
Oh, yeah, where they make the balloon hats. And they made balloon hats for all of us. Yeah. And then we were with our friends, the Saunders. We all got on the local bus with all the locals, going and coming from work and things. And we were all on there with our balloon hats.
And there was a good chance a couple of us might have been slightly hammered. And that was a wild.
I don't know if that was a smart thing to do, but I don't know.
We pulled the trigger on it. We made it happen.
We made it. So
we were traveling in numbers, so we weren't too scared or anything like that.
That was kind of funny. Another thing we did is we took a big off-road Jeep tour once there years ago. That took us and we saw all the.
Oh, that was our first cruise.
Yeah,
that was literally our honeymoon cruise, the first cruise ever.
We got to see all the back country and everything, and then it took you to the beach, and that was a really nice day too there.
Yes. All right. Cabo.
Cabo. There's a lot of things to do in Cabo, but a big thing to do is a lot of people just get off there and go to the beach, take a water taxi to the beach. It is a tender port. We have done that many, many times. The last time we did it, we said we will never, never go back to Medano Beach, and we won't. It was just so crowded. The vendors were out of control. They
were brutal.
Literally, I know over 100 times, probably 200 or more plus times, people came by asking us if we wanted to buy something as we were laying there. It was not relaxing at all. Mm-hmm. It was finally we got up and just said, let's just go back. We've had enough. It was just, So yes. I will not go there again.
I mean, if you want to party and you want to hang out at a bar where there's lots of partying and some music and stuff, Medano Beach
if you just
has
want to go
some things for you. We wanted to just lay on the beach in front of the places and
go in the water,
get service and have some food and stuff like that.
And you can't even get up to go in the water. You get up to go in the water and bombarding you to buy things.
So that was pretty brutal.
Yeah. So never again there. But I will say they do have a new dolphin place there. It's opened up a while back, but I think it's a dolphin heiress too. But you can swim with dolphins there now, and it's walking distance from the port.
Cabo's another great place to do some fishing too, because when you come in on the tender boat, you come right into the marina. And there's tons of good fishing that you can do right there. You can walk right outside the marina and you're into the city area, which is still all very touristy shops. Mm-hmm. Cabo Wabo, the Giggling Marlin is another popular restaurant there. And there's a lot of other fun places to go.
Those places. Another thing is, what we are going to do this time in Cabo is we booked an excursion through sharonatsea.com, and the prices are really reasonable. This excursion, I think it was about $50 a person. Anyways, we're gonna take a boat out to the Arch, where that Lovers Beach is and stuff, and we're gonna kind of go out there and see that.
So romantic.
Then we are gonna come back, and it takes you on a tour of Cabo and San Jose area and all that. Anyways, it's gonna be a tour, and then it includes lunch.
And there you have it.
I'm trying to think of something else it includes. Anyways. But it's a 5.5 hour tour also. It's a full day.
All right.
So we're going to do that because our friends are going with us that are first time cruisers. And so we're taking that tour so we can kind of show them.
They want to see some stuff.
Cabo. We want to show them
from Cabo. And the other place is Mazatlan. And if you go to Mazatlan, the one place to go, and really the only place is the Gold Zone, they call it.
Yeah.
That's where all the shopping is. The resorts are all there.
Day passes,
and so you can get into the resort.
They have El Cid there, but you can get a day pass once. We've also gone to the place. It's kind of a little more, not the biggest hotel, but we actually had a great day there. It's called Las Flores. We got in there for free. We just bought our food and drink when we were there. They had some amazing seafood. The drinks were cheap. We hung out at the pool.
We did a lot of shots.
It was right on the beach, but we just stayed up by the pool area, and it was great. And we actually saw people inside doing that. I think it was that salsa and salsa excursion you see advertised.
Where they dance and they make salsa?
Yeah, they were doing that in there. So I think that's the hotel they do it at, because they were doing that excursion.
And one tip too, if you go somewhere where you're walking around and they're shopping, and then the resorts are there, and you decide, hey, I think we want to go up into this resort and hang out, maybe have lunch or hit the pool or see what they have to offer. Don't trust anybody out on the street that's trying to say, come on up to this resort and see it. They'll be asking you for money, either to give them money to bring you up there,
especially
or telling you that it pay. They say, yeah, just give me $20 and I can get you into the resort, or whatever the case is. Just walk up and go into the resort and go to the front desk, because most of the time the guys that are trying to manipulate you and getting you in there they don't. Yeah, because when we were in Mazatlan, the one time we had a guy who was trying to wheel and deal with us about how much per person to go into the resort and all that kind of stuff. And we're literally like negotiating with this guy. While we're doing that, we see somebody that we saw from the cruise ship leaving the place. And he goes, don't listen to this guy, just walk in for free. And we're like, oh, really? So then we just blew the guy off and walked in for free and had one of the greatest days ever. So so be aware of that kind of shenanigans.
Mexico, you got to worry more about those type of things. But we're Mazatlan this time, we haven't actually even decided what we're doing yet. We were actually going to maybe do a day pass at El Cid, and now we are actually considering maybe even just staying on the ship.
That could be the day.
Mazatlan's not a place we really have any desire to get off on. We're not worried about safety there really.
Yes.
It's just
some people are, but you don't really have to be.
There's just nothing that really sounds that interesting.
We're thinking about staying on the ship and test driving that Cheers package. Maybe that's the day that we do all the videotaping of it. So we'll see how that goes.
So we may.
Hold on, say goodnight, Stephen Hayes. He's probably already gone. He's probably actually sound asleep by now. But he had to go. Sherry Awesome Sun Says Travel said thanks for the video about Port Canaveral, and that it was very helpful. So that's cool. Zane, yes, use that Carnival Hub app. It'll be great. You can pay $5 and everybody in the family can chat back and forth and send each other messages like where you are, so your folks can keep tabs on you and your sisters and all that stuff. Let's see.
Good night, Zane.
Patty McFall Monk said that Patty received the packing cubes.
Oh, great, Patty.
Fantastic. Hope you loved them.
Yep.
Let's see. That's funny. Zane had said good night, but he was just saying like good night. As opposed to like good night. He's stating it's been a good night. So there you go.
He's saying good night to Stephen.
Okay. Nurse Nancy's saying we're really highlight to the Monday nights. Thanks for all the good tips and the insulated bag. You're welcome. And that's super cool. So good stuff. All right, hey, listen, it's been 1 hour and 17 minutes. This is one of the longest runs we've made, and I thought this would be the shortest one because there's only 35 people have been on the whole night, so we appreciate you guys sitting tight with us. So coming up next, so as a reminder, Friday night we'll be doing a little bit of a live video before we head out Saturday morning early to drive to the Port of Los Angeles.
You'll see us all packed up and ready to go. We're going to be leaving here kind of in the really early,
and probably stressed out. One of us will be stressed out
on Saturday. We're going to drive over the morning of. I know normally I would not recommend doing that. I never recommend flying in the day of. We never fly in the day of. But since we're so close, we're taking advantage of saving, a couple $100 on a hotel. It is $200 plus for a hotel.
Speaking of budgets,
by the Port of Long Beach, so we're saving that money, and we're just going to drive over. We usually do that.
Take the truck on over there.
We usually do that because it's just another way to save money. And since it's only a 5.5, 6 hour drive, we're kind of you know what? If something happened, we're leaving so early that if we broke down, something happened, we would be able to call someone, and we still get to the port before the ship takes off at 4 p.m.
Yes.
So we're staying there. So we're good with that.
So we're cool with that. And so we're driving over. So we'll be on the Splendor. We'll be doing all kinds of videos and vlogging and sharing all that stuff when we get back.
We will, like I said, we'll go live Friday night before we leave. We'll be going live from the ship before we set sail.
Saturday at some point. So it'll probably be like noon, 1, 2 o'clock-ish, somewhere around there. West Coast time. Pacific time.
Right. And then do not plan to go live during the week, probably on the ship, only because the Splendor has not updated their internet package at all. So we're not expecting to have any great Wi-Fi on the ship. If we do, we'll go Facebook Live. So if you don't follow Sharonatsea on Facebook, follow us on Facebook, and so you'll get notified if we go live on Facebook. And we will try to go live, though, in one of the ports. I'm not sure which port yet, but we will try to go live in one of the ports when we're in port.
Yeah, maybe we'll hook into some Wi-Fi at one of the restaurants or something like that.
And if not,
we go to or a bar, and we'll show some fun stuff. Sorry, Lucy's getting a little wound up. She wants to play right now.
If not on YouTube, then we will definitely go live on Facebook in one of the ports. So follow us on Facebook, and we'll be posting a lot of pictures as well on Instagram. So follow Sharonatsea on Instagram if you want to see a lot of
Instagram.
Pictures,
I don't do Instagram. I'm not
pictures of what we're doing. You can see some of the fun we're having.
This is a great comment. Thank you, Stacy. Stacy said, thanks for all the excursion info. She's been doing a lot of research, and our recommendations sound spot on to what she's read.
Oh,
we appreciate that. That means a lot to us, because one of the big things we try to do is just be, give you like real info and be legit and not make up stuff or blow any smoke. And so we appreciate you saying that kind of stuff. That is fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. So, Stacy, we appreciate that, dude. And thank you very much for that. What else we got?
Let's see. So I guess that's about it.
Oh, Lucy's a sweetie. She is. She's a big fur ball.
Yeah. She is a big fur ball.
Okay. Oh, and Stacy, I'm sorry about that. Sharon is pointing out that in this time it's Stacy the guy. It's not Stacy the girl. So my bad. I know a little bit about that, being Jamie. So I've been down that road myself. So I do apologize, and I will correct myself never to make that mistake again. Desi Wagner, it's okay, Desi, that you missed the show, because you can go back and watch it and not miss any of it.
Yeah.
And we will say hi to Desi right now. So when you rewatch it later, you will see us saying hi as if you've been watching it the whole time. So there you go. And we're sorry about that, Desi. We always do the Monday night deal, but every once in a while we have to change it up to a Sunday night. And make sure you're on the Facebook Sharonatsea Travel page.
Yeah, I try to
and you
post
can always get updates there.
Yeah, on Sharonatsea Travel, I try to post if we're going to have any change. If you don't see a post that week, then we're on with Monday. But usually, if there's a different night,
yeah, just every once in a while. It's my bad. You can blame me. The guy's always the one at fault. So, all right. Anything else to cover?
That's it. Anyone who is not booked on our group cruise, there's still time to come join us.
You can contact Sharon still this week if there's anything you need for travel or travel arrangements. But if you try to reach her next week, you're going to be SOL, because she's gone.
Yeah.
She's going to be gone.
I will be gone.
Gail.
Hi, Gail.
Gail, are you just getting here? Because we're just wrapping this thing up.
You're back.
All right, so that's about it.
Oh, I'm sorry, Gail. I hope you feel better soon.
Oh, that's a bummer. Gail's been feeling ill. All right, cool. So on that note, it's been awesome. Thanks for all the interaction and the excursion talk. You guys have been great, and we will talk to you on Friday.
Yeah, we'll see you Friday, and we'll be ready to bring you along with us on our cruise.
And remember, go Chargers. Football season's just a few months away, baby. All right.
All right.
Happy cruising.
We'll see you Friday. Happy cruising.
Happy cruising.